I'm gonna find, and I'm gonna kill every last one of them.
Nope.
That's right. You've seen me do a knife-only playthrough. You've seen me do a no-crouching playthrough. And you've seen me do a grounded playthrough. You've also seen me do whatever the heck this is. Explosive arrows also fly lower distances than normal arrows. But not that much lower. But what you have never seen me do is show mercy. Yeah. You've definitely never seen me do that. That is why today I'm going to be pushing myself to the limits and taking on my most difficult challenge yet. Self-restraint. No! That's right, you read the title correctly. I am going to beat The Last of Us Part 2 without killing a single NPC. Maybe. Probably not. So before we hop into this challenge, let's go over the ground rules I followed during this run. Obviously, rule 1 is to kill as few enemies as possible. However, we are going to be following this rule Batman style, meaning that just because I won't kill them, doesn't mean I can't hurt them either.
I'll crush every bone in your body.
That is why I will be allowed to throw bricks and bottles at the enemies, use smoke bombs, shoot and use melee on enemies, so long as I do not kill them, of course. Obviously, trap mines and Molotov cocktails are a no-no, bomb arrows too, unless, of course, they are being used to stun a bloater or a shambler, or cause a distraction. Either or. As long as they're not killing anyone, it's fine. Same goes for pipe bombs. Also, I want to make it super clear right off the bat that cutscene kills do not count. I am only counting moments where I am in control of the character. AKA, if I have to hit a button that results in someone dying, then it counts. In my no crouching playthrough, I played it really fast and loose with the rules, and that just made everything so confusing. So I'm just putting that one out there right up front. Also, I will be playing the game on survivor mode. Why not ungrounded? Well, simply because I am a tough, battle-ready gaming master. But there is no freaking way I am playing on grounded mode again. Okay? I mean, at least for a couple more videos. Anyway, now that you're all done telling me that I am a massive chicken, let's hop into this challenge. So our journey begins with Joel telling us how he murdered everyone in a hospital, clearly showing that he was not capable of beating this challenge. Come on, Joel, think about the example you're setting for Ellie. And now look at her. Her room is a mess, bed isn't made, comic books all over the table, she doesn't even brush her teeth before going out. Ugh, it's like living with my college roommates all over again. So after we make our way through town and pick up some bigot sandwiches, the most nutritious way to start the day,
Bigot sandwiches.
we are introduced to She-Hulk, I mean Abby. So Owen drags me into the woods for a hike, doesn't even let me have a cup of coffee or anything, not even a bigot sandwich to go. How incredibly rude, Owen.
Bigot sandwiches.
So anywho, Abby gets got and we enter the first fight of the game, which I immediately sprint through along with all the others. Get ready, because that's going to be happening a lot in this run. I do have to kill the infected under the house though. Yay! I am never gonna find a challenge that I can actually beat, am I? Cut to Ellie and Dina, who are off waltzing around, talking about boys and romance and stuff.
You miss being with him? With Jesse? No. We've been together for so long.
Dina, I don't care about your relationship drama. I am just trying to explain the range difference between shooting bomb arrows versus regular arrows. Why does nobody care about this? So anyway, now that we've reached the supermarket, it's time for my challenge to go plummeting into the toilet. The first infected I came across was pretty easy to handle. I just got its attention and then immediately went flying out the building so Dina could take care of it. Meanwhile, I just stood from a safe distance and cheered her on. Way to go, Dina, you can do it! Then I opened the door and end up having to chuck a bottle at an enemy. Unfortunately, I cannot progress this area without having to kill the infected. If I do nothing, then I just get to sit here, frozen in time, making goo-goo eyes at the zombie. And as fun as that is, we really need to progress. So the fight outside went fine. It did take me a couple of tries since I'm not used to not killing things. The trick was that as long as I was attacking an enemy every once in a while, Dina would eventually kill all the infected. The first time I tried this area, I was just running around so Dina ended up not killing any of them, which sucks. Also, fun note, at the beginning of the fight, Dina normally will kill one of the guys, but only if Ellie stealth kills the infected. If Ellie doesn't kill the zombie, then Dina just spends eternity playing peekaboo with the infected, which is hilarious.
Peekaboo.
After that, I got attacked by a zombo, but Dina took care of it. Nice going, Dina. And then we entered the interior fight. The fight against the clicker was beyond annoying. I had no idea how to get through this fight. After an absurdly long amount of time running around, Dina will eventually kill them, but I am seriously starting to question playing this game on survivor mode. Speaking Speaking of skill issues, I decided to lower my allies' difficulty down to light, simply because it was taking me so long to get through the area, and I am literally counting on Dina to kill all of the infected, or else I can't get through this section. I know, I'm a weenie, but this was just taking way too long, and I do not have the patience for it.
Skill issue.
So after our epic battle, Dean and I headed off to go smoke some weed, dude.
Drugs, which I hate.
But since Abby is a poser, she instead decided to go running around building snowman with the infected. So we entered the ski lodge fight.
Hey, you got a gun?
No. So I went into the fight ready for battle, only to immediately fail. But on my second try, I got it. I was initially confused why Tommy and Joel are being so helpful during the fight, but then I remembered that I turned all the allies onto light mode. You see, I forgot that my allies are only useless when it's freaking Dina! So anyway, Joel decided to go take a trip up to visit Sarah. Rest in peace, Pedro. Again, I am not counting this because it's a cutscene. So anyway, after a couple depressing cutscenes later...
Oh, boo-hoo! Let me play a sad song for you on the world's smallest violin.
And this... Who are you talking to, Dina? And we're off to Seattle. The infected area by the dome building was super easy. I just ran past all the zombies in my way, leaving Dina to fend for herself and most likely die. So after somehow managing to stealth my way through the upstairs section of the courthouse, we got to the downstairs fight, which, you know, went fine. Yep. Went great. But after all that, we found the gas. On our way back, I also spotted a wanted poster for some random dude. Seems familiar somehow. Probably not something I'm gonna need to worry about. Dee and I then went flying through the Saravina Hotel. Yay. Room service! I'll come back later. So anyway, Ellie gets captured, Dina makes an epic entrance, and I ended up stabbing the baseball hat guy in the neck. That's right, this technically counts because I was the one to press the button on my controller for Ellie to kill him. I know, sad but true. The fight at the school was downright infuriating, mostly because if you die at any point, you have to restart from the beginning. Basically, my strategy here was to whack a few of them and then make a mad dash to freedom. When I got outside, I needed to go up onto the broken ceiling in order to trigger the other enemies to come down to the area, but once they were there, I would just sneak around them and ultimately get caught because I suck at stealth. And then I would get through the fight on the roof. This part is kind of tricky, mostly because you need Dina to help you open the window, otherwise you're stuck. Fortunately, I was able to get it to work, but geez Louise, this area is a pain in the butt. Do not recommend. Making my way through town was a frickin' breeze. Oh yeah, stealth master over here. Kinda, not really. Still, pretty impressive for me though. And after all that, we reached the trip mine area. A few infected came across our path, but since the bombs blew them up, I didn't have to do a thing. Of course, you could have always helped me a little, Dina, but you know, heaven forbid you provide anything helpful to this mission. I was able to easily maneuver my way through the TV station. And now, at long last, we have reached my least favorite combat area in the whole game. The train station. No matter what challenge I am doing, this area is a total killer. The first section I just sprinted through like a maniac. This was also my strategy for the second area, which miraculously worked on my first try. I am just too good at this game, you guys. Absolute gaming wizard. In fact, the last fight wasn't too bad either. What is happening? Why is this so easy? Of course, I was stupid and tried to create a diversion to distract the infected while I made my break for it, but that only ended up drawing them right to me. Nice. But I still got through on my first try, so that's good. And just as we were about to see a glimmer of hope that I would be able to make it out of here, it was all so quickly taken away from me. So a runner jumps me, but fortunately Dina takes it out so I don't have to. Thank you, Dina. You know, maybe I've been wrong about you. Maybe you aren't completely useless and never help me with anything. Maybe, and never mind. Yeah, unfortunately, if you let the infected attack Dina for too long, it will just kill her and you have to restart the area. So unfortunately, there is another unavoidable kill to my name. Thanks so much, Dina. I take back every nice thing I ever said about you. So we get to the theater and Ellie proves that she is not only anti-murder, but she is also putting her electrician's degree to good use. Really turning your life around, Ellie. I'm proud of you. Now, if only Dina and the rest of your friends can keep you from forced in-game killing sections, then maybe we could be getting somewhere. So one boring flashback later and off to Hillcrest we go. The first fight area was a bit tricky since this is where we were introduced to the dogs, aka the bane of my existence, but as long as I had a bottle on hand, I could distract them before they tracked me. The real problem ended up being the people. I needed to get all of them to not be looking at me when I open the door, since Ellie seems to think that this is a leisurely stroll through town and not a manhunt where we could totally die, so she ends up taking forever to open the door. I ended up going through a lot of smoke bombs. Come on, Ellie, we need those for later! Getting past the infected was easy as pie. The first batch I just distracted with a bottle and then sprinted past. Ah, bottles. My saving grace for this run. I also just ran past the second group too. Then we reached the stalker fight in the garage, and here's the part where I burst into tears. Unfortunately, despite my vow of pacifism, you cannot get past this area without killing the stalker. The entrance is blocked off and you're basically stuck in there until you kill the guy. I am so sorry, my fallen brother. You were too good for this world. Now here's where we get to the second human encounter in Hillcrest, which went extremely easy. I was able to stealth my way through the area with ease. So much so that I was even starting to impress myself. So naturally I had to die right at the finish line. In the end, it was my own ego that was my downfall. But on my second go I had in the bag. Mostly. Just barely. So I ran to Jesse and watched him completely annihilate the enemies. Thank you, Jesse. Unlike Dina, you are actually helpful. So we hopped in the car, and as I sat in the passenger seat, listening to Jesse scream in terror as bullets went flying through our windshield, I did absolutely nothing. As a sign of protest against such acts of violence, I instead decided to stare the enemies down, hoping that would be enough to convince them that we were no threat, but also you shouldn't attack us either. It didn't work! Yeah, so in the car fight, not only do I have to kill the one guy who grabs Jesse, but I also have to shoot the driver and the clicker that lands on the car. And I mean, Jesse, I know you're trying to drive us to safety and all, but you could always try and help out a little bit more. I'm a pacifist, Jesse, you know this! And now, regrettably, it is time for the flashback that manages to ruin every challenge I attempt at this game. That's right, it's the Tommy sniper section. So let's add those 14 infected kills to the counter while I go cry in the corner. Damn it, Tommy!
So, you and Tommy cross anything when you was out?
I don't want to talk about it. The fight inside the hotel was a pain in the butt since I kept accidentally killing enemies, but I was eventually able to get through it. Dodge and weave, baby, just dodge and weave. The fight against the bloater went super easy since I can't actually kill the thing. After a while, it will just grab you and Joel will kill it, which means that I could unload as many shots as I wanted into the thing and not have to worry. Aw yeah, baby. And obviously I had to avoid the runners that spawn in the area, but that wasn't too much trouble. So after almost dying horribly, Joel decides that he wants to gossip.
What's good with them two anyway? They're dating, right?
On and off. Why?
I hear the way Jesse talks about you.
No, Jesse and I are just friends.
Joel, I didn't want to talk about boys with Dina. Do you really think I want to talk about them with you? Anyway, back in the present, Ellie is on her way over to the hospital just like I was after I got through the stalker section. The stalker fight was honestly less of a fight and more of just me fleeing for my life like a baby. But despite that, I made it through. Barely.
Made it.
Yep, we made it, Ellie. We made it. Now here's where we come to another failure in my challenge. In the second stalker fight, there is a clicker, which once the stalkers are alerted to my presence, will come charging after me. And since Ellie likes to take an eternity to get through a door, I unfortunately had to murder them all. Maybe it's possible to get through the area without killing the infected, but I seriously doubt it. Regardless, let's add that to the counter. So after somehow surviving that world of horrors, it's time for the scar fights. So after loop-de-looping around like a lunatic and ultimately losing all of my health, because that is just the status quo for me at this point, we got to the second scar fight. The second fight didn't go too bad. I just sprinted my way through the area, again, like a total lunatic. Then I got to the big scar dude. This guy took me forever, because the game really wants you to kill this guy, like, a lot. But ultimately I made it through the area. The fight at the hospital went super easy. I stealthed my way through there like a boss, even though at the end I did get spotted right as I was leaving. But fortunately I had my plot armor on and no one took a shot at me while I was making my daring escape.
And we say bye-bye!
The fight in the basement took like 2 seconds. All I did was chuck my smoke bombs at the enemies and make a break for it.
That was easy.
And after making it through all of that, we found Nora. Ellie, no! Bad girl Ellie. Yeah, so even though I'm technically controlling Ellie as she beats the tar out of Nora, I am actually not going to count this as a kill because in the next cutscene, Ellie says this.
I made her talk.
Meaning that hitting her with the pipe did not actually kill her, and Ellie must have killed her off screen. That's right, baby. I'm getting off with a technicality. Oh yeah! Who's a better gamer than me? No one. That's right. Oh yeah, I'm so good. And look at me, day 3 and I'm cruising around all the enemies. I am so good at this game. Just stealthing my way to the boat, baby. No casualties. Who's the man? I'm the man. The woman, known as Ellie. That's right. Oh yeah, I am feeling so good about myself right now. And it's ruined. Yeah, you have to kill the bloater here. There's no way around it. The game won't let you leave the area unless you do so. So naturally, I brutalized the poor thing in a matter of seconds so I don't have to worry about the other infected that would normally come down and attack me. Clearly after seeing this, they all rightly decided it was probably for the best just to stay out of my way. Good call, guys. This is what you get for getting in my way during my grounded playthrough. Now, I know what you're gonna say. Just like with Alice, I am button mashing here, and it does lead to Mel's death. However, after I finish button mashing, Ellie does not immediately kill Mel. As you can see, Ellie merely takes her knife back, pushes Mel to the ground, and then kills her. Unlike Alice, where Ellie instantly killed the dog. So yeah, I'm not gonna count it. That's right, baby. More technicalities, let's go. Alright, time for Abby. Since no one was killed during the first flashback, well, at least no one important. Screw you, Jerry!
Hey, it's not my fault that Jerry's an idiot.
Let's get started with day one. Our journey begins with Abby taking a vow of pacifism after mercilessly brutalizing one of the most beloved video game characters of all time, in possibly what was the most contrived and plot-convenient way I have ever seen. But never again! Abby will henceforth no longer use her plot armor to kill people. She will instead use it to help people. Like Mel, who in the name of peace sat idly by and allowed her to get shot at a dozen times whilst we fled from a bunch of hippies on horseback. But no lives were taken by my hand, so I'd say it's a job well done. Wouldn't you agree, Mel? Mel? So I made my way past the first infected area easily, leaving my friends to fend for themselves. You're doing great! Then we got to the second area, which I failed at immediately. I've gotta stop accidentally killing people. But on my second attempt, it went great. The best part was watching Mel and Manny completely annihilate the Shambler while I just stood there and watched, doing absolutely nothing helpful. Way to go, Abby. Way to go, guys. What a team effort. We all really put our all into that one. So after watching Mel's head get impaled by a piece of rope, which scarred me for life, we got to the train yard fight. So after getting so close to the end of the fight, only to die in the funniest way possible, I tried it again and this time managed to get through. Naturally, I had to get spotted right at the end, cause of course it wouldn't be a Twiddle-Thumb gaming video if I didn't suck at stealth. The fight at the gas station went super simple. The second I saw the scars coming at us, I immediately abandoned my friends so they could take the brunt of the oncoming attack, allowing me to live to be a treacherous monster for another day.
Oh my God. Are these all ours? Yeah. And more are coming in by the hour.
Well, look, I mean, I know this looks bad, all right, but I mean, you can't blame this on me, okay? I'm a pacifist. Come on, guys, you know this. So we went to meet Isaac. Hey, I know you. You were on those wanted posters. Criminal! Criminal alert! Sound the alarm!
You're under arrest, Nimrod.
Anyway, after that guy got arrested, I realized that this whole commune was one giant criminal gang. So naturally, I decided to ditch that noise because I am an upstanding citizen. So after dodging and weaving my way around some infected boys, I ran to the Scars, a cult made up of hippie murderous whack jobs who like to slice up their faces for fun. I immediately regretted leaving my criminal gang. Now, the first infected fight in the woods was definitely a problem. From what I could tell, the game won't let you progress unless Abby breaks her hammer, which she only can do after killing a stalker, meaning that you have to kill at least one infected here. Lev will not do it for you. Boo, Lev! You stink! The second area was a lot better, though. I literally just ran around in a circle for the whole fight like I was playing Ring Around the Rosie while Lev dealt with all the enemies. Yay! So after that nightmare, Lev, Yara, and I ran to the big lady at the auto shop, who I unfortunately had to kill in order to progress. Sure, Lev and Yara could have helped me. Hey guys, feel free to lend a hand. I noticed that you're just sitting there doing absolutely nothing, and, you know, you could always, I don't know, stab her or something. She's not looking at you. Any day now. Any day now. But then again, this is Lev and Yara we're talking about here, and these two have brought me nothing but aggravation and pain since my challenge began. However, I am not going to count this death because when Abby kills the lady, I am no longer in control. And all I was doing when I was playing was punching her, not sledgehammering her face, so I'm not going to count it. But speaking of aggravation and pain, it's time for the worst Abby fight in the game. The one that takes place in the unspecified building of unknown origin. Yeah, I've played through this game maybe like 30 times now, and I still have no idea what this building is supposed to be. But what I do know is that there is no way to get through this area without killing the infected. The second wave of infected will not spawn unless I kill the first wave, and Lev will not let you out of here unless at least a few of the infected go down. I hate that kid so much. But despite the fact that my kill count is skyrocketing with every second I spend with these little nuisances, I was finally able to drop them off at some random shipping yard to fend for themselves whilst I returned to my real mission, having a super gross affair that I definitely did not need to see. But before that, I naturally had to go skulking around a boat, but thankfully, since the kids weren't with me, I was able to get through the area with no kills to my name. Unfortunately, now I have to go back to save them so they can continue to ruin my challenge. Awesome. The shipping yard fight was honestly one of the most annoying fights in the whole game. I'm not even kidding. Well, at least when I'm not trying to kill everyone in my general proximity. I ended up wasting all of my pipe bombs in this area while I tried redirecting the scars from the door so I could escape. And it worked, somehow. Of course, now I need to craft more pipe bombs for the Rat King fight, but we'll worry about that later. And after almost getting my head blown off for the umpteenth time, I saved the kids, and then Owen started being all creepy and junk.
I don't think she knows about last night.
I don't care about last night.
Owen, yeah, I don't know if you're aware of this, but Lev is standing right there! Can we maybe ixnay talking about the affair, nay? Thank you! So Lev and I made our way through town, sprinted past the infected at lightning speed, and made our way into a good old-fashioned standoff against some scars. Frickin' hell, Lev. So this area was super irritating, and I ended up dying a lot. Essentially, all of the scars have to die if you want to progress. Even if they lose track of me and I tried to sneak out, if you do that, Lev will just end up getting grabbed and die. Gosh darn it, Lev! My strategy for this area was just to shoot the enemies every so often, which triggers Lev to kill them. Which eventually did work after like a million tries, I swear. The roof encounter went a lot better. I just stealthed my way through there like a boss. Mostly.
Fuck these scars. Seraphites, whatever.
Yeah, fuck them.
Lev, language, please! You use that profanity in my presence again and I'm breaking out the golf clubs, I tell you what! So after Abby belly flops off the sky bridge and unfortunately survives, we head downstairs to go fight some stalkers. As per usual, my strategy here is to just sprint past all the infected at lightning speed, George of the Jungle my way downstairs, and sprint down the building. Easy as pie. And after a very long journey, I finally made it to the hospital, said hi to some friends, enjoyed a lovely campfire, and got arrested. Pretty standard Saturday night. The clicker fight was a bit of a pain. My strategy here was to use a pipe bomb to draw the enemies away from the exit and then make my daring escape. But on my first try, just as I reached the exit, I died horribly. Yay. Come on, game, I was right there! But on my second try, I nailed it. The trick is to throw the pipe bomb into the room to the left. Then since the infected are stuck behind the doors, it'll take them a lot longer to get to you, making it a lot easier to get out of the area. And obviously I had to kill the Rat King. We know how it goes. There's no way around it. I know. What a disgrace. And what's worse, I can't even blame Lev for it. And to think, I used to be proud of myself for killing this thing. Oh, how times have changed. And yes, I also had to kill the mini Rat King. And again, no way around it. Let's just add that to the kill count while I slowly die inside. Okay, I'm over it. On to day 3. That's the spirit, Abby. So, you know the drill. Owen tells me that he's totally cool with abandoning his girlfriend and child so we can run off into the sunset together. Lev beats us to it, and Yara and I head off to the murder island. There's not really much to talk about with the Tommy Sniper section, since at this point I've become a master at running for my life. I was able to sprint past all the infected like the massive weenie I am. But after our little detour, Yara and I continued on our way to the island. The first fight on the island went pretty good. I only died a little. But eventually I managed to just run past the area, because stealth just really isn't gonna happen for me in this game. And despite the fact that Yara really should have been spotted during the second fight, I was able to crawl my way through the second area without alerting any of the enemies. Oh yeah. Hey, look at these guys, just horsing around. I'm hilarious. And with that, it looks like we're getting out of here scot-free.
Got one!
Damn it, Yara!
Isaac.
What the hell are you doing?
I need you to hear me out.
The fight at the mall went way easier than I expected. I literally just used my sneaky superpowers to zigzag my way past the enemies, disorienting and confusing them, which is probably the reason why they didn't shoot at me while I was opening the door for a good 6 seconds. I mean, at least I think that's why they took so long to shoot me. Lev, I swear, when we get home, you are so grounded. Do you have any idea how long it took me to get those stupid medical supplies for Yara? And now she's dead. Yesterday was a total waste of time because of you. Not to mention I had to kill the Rat King. I didn't want to do that, Lev. I'm a pacifist. You know this. Also, in the horseback area where the scars chase after you, you don't have to kill them, but you do have to shoot your gun or else they will just kill you. What a fantastic waste of ammo, Abby. Then I got to the last Scars versus WLF's fight, which went surprisingly easy since all I did was run through the area at lightning speed. Why am I doing so well at this area? I am on fire today. Let's go, baby. I mean, unlike the people who are actually on fire. Sorry, random NPCs. And because Lev is a scrawny weenie, I unfortunately was forced to kill the beefy scar dude. Sorry, man. Trust me. I really do not want to do this. Yay! We escaped! Owen! Mel! Never mind. So there's not really much to talk about with the Ellie fight since no one actually dies here. You know, aside from Jesse, but that's hardly my fault. Also Dina, who almost gets her head smashed open by Abby. Oh, Abby, what a lovable character. Constantly abandoning her friends to get murdered, committing adultery, and being totally cool with caving in a pregnant woman's head to spite the girl whose father figure you brutalized right in front of her and then spit on. Frankly, how could you not root for this lady, folks?
What would you do if there was a child right in front of you?
Alright, welcome to Santa Barbara. So after sprinting past all the infected in my way and somehow surviving on my first go, I reached the Rattlers. Getting through the first section was super easy. I just stealthed my way through the area, no problem. Truth be told though, I was a bit worried about the fight inside the building, considering how it went last time I tried a Last of Us Part 2 challenge. Oh crap! Oh no! Oh no! Oh my gosh, no! Wait! Oh my gosh, no, wait! Mistake! Alright, well, oh my gosh, I'm never gonna get out of here! And just as I suspected, it went very bad. The first section I handled fine, I just sped my way through it. Meanwhile, the second area went a bit differently. I was able to stealth my way through the first area easily enough though. I just needed to do some fancy maneuvering and then I could get through. However, I always failed during the second section, which was no surprise to me, but it's still really irritating. Fortunately, after like 30 tries at the darn thing, I managed to make it through. Yay! So now that I am sufficiently half dead, it's time for the Abby fight. And for the first time ever, I will say that I'm actually happy that Ellie didn't kill Abby. Well, actually no. I'm glad that I didn't have to. Ellie, you have no business letting this woman live. At least have some sort of reason for sparing her. Any! Because from your perspective, she's still the shithead who killed Joel and ruined your life. Just freaking kill her! So here are my stats for all my kills in the game. Unfortunately, Ellie had to kill more NPCs than Abby. This news is not only shocking and disturbing, but also deeply saddening. Ellie, you know that I will support you always, but today you have brought shame to the name Joel Miller. Feel free to cry. Anyway, folks, that's all for now. If you liked the video, good for you. I knew you could do it, buddy. And if you didn't like the video, you're a poopy head. All right, good night, everybody. I'm gonna go eat a sandwich.
Bigot sandwiches.